There's a lot of hype around Primi at the moment, who's gone from the top of the Pacific ranked ladder straight into Tier 1 play. His movement and aim have been compared to some of the best players of all time, even though most people have only known about him for a few weeks, but when you watch him play, it's pretty clear to see why.
One you should run. One enemy.
What? What?
One enemy.
His old teammates just declare.
Oh, he's here! He's here!
As he flicks on towards Jeremy's head, he blocks out tree.
Give him the fight, give him the fight. Yeah, give him the fight.
And then
Give him the fight!
Back him up, the triple kill going through. Envy with the shockdown though. Took down Jinboy.
Oh my god!
But Primi is by no means the only player in Valorant who has seemingly come out of nowhere to dominate pro matches. Some of the greatest players we've ever seen were actually some of the least experienced. Just take Chronicle, the player with the most ever trophies, who's known for one of Valorant's earliest iconic moments.
Smoke, and there's the opening. As they come around the corner, they're not expecting him to still be aggressive. And he's gonna get all five! An ace for Chronicle!
You might have expected a player like Chronicle to have come from another big esport, but that's actually not the case.
I was looking for some matches in other games like CS, but I never dreamed about it. When Project A was announced, I really wanted to play this game because it's obviously reminded me of CS, but I don't really like CS.
Instead, he came from actual professional sport, being a pro swimmer for 10 years before competing in Valorant. Maybe that's why he's so good in high-pressure moments, and why he's one of the only players from the early days of Valorant who has stayed at the very top level.
He is the flash good, but he drops it out of the sky, repositions, catches two, and an idea of the last player, flash is perfect, and he's won it!
But around the time Chronicle won that first trophy, there were two rookies from Brazil dominating the ranked leaderboards. The first was Aspas, who was so good that people genuinely thought he was cheating. And the other was Les, a 16-year-old kid who reached rank 1 Radiant in Brazil multiple times. They played a few VCT matches in 2021, but once the next season rolled around and they both joined Loud, it was their time to shine. They instantly qualified to Masters Reykjavik and made it to the grand final against Optic, which was the beginning of an incredible season that ended with them winning the World Championship. Aspas could play every duelist to the absolute highest level, with a combination of consistency and flashiness that made him look like a perfect player.
None of us saw it at the start of this round. Aspas though, good for one.
Oh my god.
Good for two. And now just the 1v1. And the correct guess. Victor, none the wiser, forced to pull the trigger. Oh, Aspas!
Unless his calm aim and movement on the Sentinel role was truly unique, always finding a way to turn unwinnable situations.
They have no clue. Unless, how is he doing this? Time again! Breaking Optic's heart! And giving him the ace!
Obviously today, Aspas and Les are heralded as two of Valorant's greatest ever players, but with legacies like they have, it's pretty easy to forget that they came from the ranked leaderboard. By the way, only 10% of you guys who watch my videos are actually subscribed, so if you've seen my stuff before and enjoyed it, please do hit that subscribe button. Another incredible player who came from nowhere in 2022 was Trent. The guard signed him as a completely unknown 17-year-old after he dropped 35 kills on them in a scrim, but he quickly became the most exciting rookie in North America.
Go down, it's not gonna go down, time is over!
Oh, it's Trent! Oh my Trent!
His heroic plays took the guard to Masters Reykjavik, and they even beat an Optic team in their prime.
Wait, watch this shit.
Go get him, cuz.
I'm flanking them.
I'm followed. Chamber, one
Chamber search. Oh my god.
Nowadays he's playing for G2, still with his boys Valen and Jonah P after they won the America's Ascension tournament and made it back to the top level. North America has consistently produced great rookie players, usually straight from the ranked leaderboards, like Oxy, who's one of the most mechanically gifted rookies we've ever seen.
Turret available, working together, Sheriff in goes first contact, nice shot there from Oxy, the backstab, where's the communication? There's a third! Oxy on fire!
He literally runs around like it's a ranked game, but he somehow makes it work against some of the most organized pro teams in the world.
What is it like for you? I mean, it feels like it was just yesterday that all of us saw you on Twitch. You're a cracked out Radiant player solo queuing, and now you're here on stage going up against the best in the world. I mean, what is that like?
It's not much different. I play my matches like I play rank, so that's why you see these clips.
Narrate was another player who seemingly just appeared one day in the Tier 2 scene of North America, but the more games he played, the more people realised he was a special talent. He eventually moved to Europe to play with Core in the 2024 season, and has looked like one of the best players in the entire region.
He's going to stop them all in their tracks. They might be moving in one by one, but Narrate is good for it!
But undoubtedly the greatest rookie season from a North American player came from Demon 1 in 2023. After being subbed into a hopeless EG squad as a last resort, he stunned the world with his raw aim and mechanics.
Oh my gosh!
The story has been told countless times now, but he eventually took EG to the grand final of Masters Tokyo and Champions LA, constantly hitting outrageous clips.
To try and get Fnatic across the line.
Oh my god!
He's trying to save them, but it's Alpha up against Demon now. Oh my god!
It was honestly hard to believe he was a rookie, and that might have been because he wasn't new to the top level of gaming. Demon 1 was the undisputed GOAT of a game called Unreal Tournament 4. Not the most popular game ever, but one that takes a huge amount of skill, particularly in aiming, tracking, and movement. He carried that over into Valorant, which definitely helped him to have such an incredible first season. But in that Champions final, he played against the other Rookie of the Year contender, on the side of PaperX, Something. He caught the attention of the Valorant scene after dropping multiple 120 plus kill games in the Japanese Tier 2 league, and destroying the Pacific ranked scene.
Multiple enemies base. One down.
PaperX pounced on the opportunity to sign such a talented player, and he eventually became the MVP of the Pacific League, even though he wasn't even in it for the first 3 weeks. His jet movement is some of the best in the game to this day.
Kang falls. It's PaperX in control. Lovely response, ready for it, and something in their faces!
But he doesn't even need to be playing as her to wield his signature operator.
My god. Nah.
The battle between Demon 1 and Something in that grand final was legendary, and despite their lack of big stage experience, both players stepped up. Eventually, Demon 1 came out on top, and was nominated for Esports Rookie Player of the Year at the Esports Awards. His 2024 season hasn't exactly lived up to the previous one, being benched from a failed NRG super team, but he'll look to bounce back next year. This season has given us some incredible rookies though. In Europe, you can always count on Turkey to have some hidden prodigies that come into Tier 1 and just look like the best players in the world, and this year they were Yetijay and Riens. Yetijay's high firepower on the Sentinel role has taken foot to 2 international tournaments, and Riens has been one of the most consistent initiator players on a stacked Team Heretics lineup.
On the back foot with the defuse underway though, here comes the swing, a necessary one, stopping the defuse.
Miniboo is another rookie on Team Heretics who has stepped up this season, but when you're playing on the same team as your older brother, that probably helps to settle the nerves. Hero was another player who went under the radar in the Tier 2 leagues, but when Fnatic needed a substitute for Leo, he was brought in, and has looked great. Leo's shoes are big ones to fill, but it seems like this guy is just immune to the pressure of a big stage.
Do it again. Perfectly. Are they even thinking about it? Magnum did for a whole second here.
So
what a
low.
shot! Oh, shit, he's on nothing! He's on nothing! Oh! Unbelievable from Hero!
Over in Pacific, DRX went from a roster of veterans to one filled with young talent. Bane, Flashback and Foxy9 have restored the Korean squad to relevance internationally, with Flashback particularly looking strong in the Sentinel role. Korean esports is known for its incredible scouting, so hopefully we'll keep seeing great rookies from there. And finally in China, Simon was added to an all-star Edward Gaming team and has more than held his own in his first season. And Kai has really impressed the world on Trace Esports after diffing Aspas and beating Leviathan at Champions Seoul. That was the second of 2 huge upsets from them, which really showed just how much Chinese Valorant had improved over the past few years. But there are 2 rookies this year that have really taken the Valorant world by storm. The first is Woot, the 18-year-old Turkish prodigy who had a meteoric rise through the Tier 2 scene in Turkey. He was so good at the time that even though he was only 17 and actually too young to play in VCT, Heretics signed him just to make sure no one else could, and eventually subbed him in once he turned 18. And as soon as they did, he showed exactly why that early signing was worth it.
The high HP player wanted to get rid of that Thrash, even still, no, it doesn't matter! It doesn't matter at all!
His flank, this guy is ridiculous!
He helped Heretics qualify to Shanghai while playing the initiator role, but after Miniboo couldn't go, Woot took up the duelist role instead, and he was insane.
But this time the Paranoid did not connect. However, Benji Fishy and Woot still do.
This kid.
Oh my goodness.
Winning rounds completely by himself, constant multi-kills, sometimes with only one taps, and absolute hero performances to carry them through the tournament.
Relief doesn't even try to give him the opportunity. He does! The one tap, the instant shutdown!
I mean, he was dropping clips against the best teams in the world multiple times a map.
Swing in, leave, dealt with Icy, dead, showstopper at the ready, set, deliver!
And when you remember he's not even playing his main agents, it only gets crazier. Heretics eventually made it to the grand final of Masters Shanghai, and even though they didn't win, Woot ended up with some of the best stats we've ever seen at a major tournament, let alone from a rookie.
Breaking round to win here for Heretics to try to shut down G2 and Woot. He finds himself a second. Oh! The third. What is that? 4 quick kills.
But if we want to talk about the ultimate rookie, someone who came straight from ranked with no prior experience and has now had one of the most successful seasons of any player, then all you have to do is look across the stage from that Shanghai Grand Final. Karon was picked up by Gen G after their coach found him in ranked and was so impressed that he actually asked him to try out for the team. He eventually joined the squad as their controller player, and even though he was unknown to literally everyone at the start of the year, he immediately began to cement his legacy.
Trying to apply some pressure, Buzz scoped in, pushing over towards Street, ends up falling as Karon is looking for it, and he's got it!
His calm aim made him ice cold under pressure, and he always stepped up in big matches. He helped Gen G to reach second in Masters Madrid, only one map away from Pacific's first trophy.
Karon, though, is going to be able to reposition slightly, and TenZ is weak.
Really weak, he's got so wide. Zelsis needs to be ready! Karon! The movement impeccable, the aim on top. And he's brought it to a 1v1. Drops down, fight taken at 1! Karon!
And then he eventually did secure a title with his team at Masters Shanghai, looking like undoubtedly the greatest smokes player in the world. To be considered the best player in your role less than a year after playing your first competitive match is wild, but he completely deserves it. I just don't know how he always gets more than one kill in the most impossible scenarios.
Reinforcements are there, out through the back of the side. That's TenZ committing! Karon! He dominates the smoke. He will not be stopped. And a paranoia puts TenZ in his place.
Champion Seoul is currently going on as this video releases, and if Karon can bring Gen G to another trophy in front of his home crowd, his rookie season might just be impossible to beat. So as much as Primy might be an exciting prospect, he's got a long way to go before he becomes the greatest rookie in Valorant. I've been Commend, subscribe if you enjoyed, and thank you for watching.